Let me guess, you've spent thousands of dollars on marketing, you've tried different website companies, you've passed out cards, you've done everything you can do, and your HVAC business is still not profitable. I'm going to tell you the one singular thing that makes the biggest difference, and even why that single thing could even still be a lie in and of itself. Stay tuned. I've got a lot for you. This might be the most profitable 10 minutes you've spent all year. So let's talk about that one secret thing that can change your business actually very quickly. It's your average ticket, but there's something hiding in that average ticket that most people don't know. Before I tell you that, let me take a brief second to explain what an average ticket is for those that may not know. Okay, so if you're watching this, you may own an HVAC company, plumbing, or electrical. Now, getting someone to bring you in their home is lightning in a bottle. Do you know how many companies a customer can possibly call before they even get to you? And once they get to you and choose you, that's lightning in a bottle. That's amazing. And you have to take that opportunity. That's why in the industry, we call service calls opportunities. Think about it. You bring your car to the shop because you want it to be checked out, because it's making funny noises. It's running funny. They find out what's making the funny noise. They fix it. You get back out on the road, and then something else happens. Your tires pop. You bring it back in and you say, hey, my tires popped. I just had it in the shop. And they say, well, you didn't bring it in for tires. Well, you want them to check it anyway, right? Mechanics should give you the option to fix it. They shouldn't decide. They should just give you the options. Well, it's the same thing with us. And this is what ties into average tickets. And then I'm going to get into one secret that's hiding in an average ticket. So when we have these lightning in a bottle moments that we're in someone's house, every single service call is an opportunity. We want to fix the problem, but we also want to make sure that we're looking for other things that may cause this homeowner or this property owner a big headache. We want to save homeowner time. We want to stop them from having these headaches, right? So we want to check everything and then give multiple options. Some homeowners are going to say, fix this, 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 and this. And that raises your average ticket. The higher your average ticket, the more profitable the company is. It's a win-win for you and the client. The more profitable you are, and because you fixed more things, less chance that your homeowner is going to have problems when it gets really hot, when it matters, because you told them about it ahead of time. So it's a win-win for both. But the higher your average ticket is, the more profitable your company is, the more you can grow. Okay, so we talked about that. You may even know that already. So let's talk about it. So you monitor your average ticket constantly on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis. I know I check it constantly. But here's the thing. Here's the real actual problem. Let's say your average ticket, you have a small plumbing company, a small HVAC company, and your average ticket is really good. Let's just make up a number. Let's say your average ticket is $1,000. So on average, when you have a service call, when someone's heat is out or someone's AC is out, you typically make about $1,000. And let's say that's a good high ticket. So you check it, it's good, you're happy. You check it next week, it's still $1,000. It's good, you're happy. You check it the next week, it's $1,200 for the week, your average ticket. You're really happy. But checking it like that is really, really dangerous. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you don't break down that average ticket by technician, something could be hiding in there. And I'm going to give you a couple different scenarios to kind of bring the point to light. Let's say you have a couple technicians. Let's say you have a handful, 5 technicians, I don't know. And you have that average ticket of $1,200, so you're really happy. But then you break it out and you find out, hey, I have 4 technicians averaging anywhere from $800 to $1,200, right? And that's how I'm getting an average. And then I have 1 technician that's averaging $300. So you have a low performing technician. How is it possible that in the same town, in the same city, same batch of customers, 4 out of your 5 technicians are averaging about the same and one of them is averaging lower? That's a performance issue, right? If they were all averaging the same, that could be a processes issue. But this is obviously everyone has the same processes. They're all doing the same and this one technician has a low ticket. What is that doing to your average ticket? It's actually bringing it down. It can actually be a lot higher in your company, but since you only check the average ticket on one big thing and you don't break it down by tech, you have no idea. You think everything is good. But when you break it down, you can see, oh, this technician over here has a really low average ticket. Now, this is not a punishment issue. This is a training issue. because you're always going to look inward as the owner, as the manager. So you say, hey, this person has a low ticket. Let me find out what's going on. In that case, you might shadow that technician, or you may have that technician shadow you. What I like to do is shadow or come in and find out, hey, what are the conversations that you're having? When you find a repair, what are you saying? When they decline, what are you saying? How many options are you sharing? And a lot of times you'll find out that technician is probably not sharing a lot of options, or they're probably shy, or maybe they have a hard time explaining things. And now you can train because now you know. And when that technician brings his or her average ticket up, your average ticket that you thought was good is actually going to get a lot higher. Okay, so you see how that works? Another thing you can do is, if you have a technician that has a higher average ticket, you can actually bring that person and have them shadow them so that they can learn from them. You see that? Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? Now let's take another example. Let's flip it around and go to the extreme opposite. Let's say you have a super high average ticket, or let's say $1,100 is a good average ticket. Of course, companies are in different states and different places and different industries. So we're just going to use that $1,100 as an example. So that's a good ticket for you and your company, and you're good. But let's say you break it down again, different scenario, different universe. And in this case, every one of the techs has a low ticket, but you have one technician that has an insanely high average ticket, maybe 3,000 or 4,000, and they're bringing it all the way up. Now, if that's the case, your average ticket is actually lying to you. Because you're looking at it and you're thinking, I'm doing good. But in reality, you have one rock star that's making everything good. What happens if that technician leaves? You have a big problem because you never really had good systems and processes. You never really had a good system in place. You just had a rock star that was outstanding. Like you had Michael Jordan on your team and you're winning championships and you think, oh, we're good. Our coach is good. Everything is good. And then Michael Jordan leaves and you never win a championship again after that. Problem, right? So you don't want to just look at everything as a whole. You want to break down each player individually so that if your rock star leaves, you still have a good, solid team. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So now if you have that rock star, of course, intuitively, what you'd want to do is pull that person in and find out exactly what they're doing. And I've had this before. You pull that technician in and you say, hey, can you walk me through your process and why you're having such high tickets? Have them break it down to you like a first grader, from the time that they pull up to the time that they leave, every tiny little thing. Do they smile before they do this? Do they frown before? Find out. Because you may be able to turn your other technicians into rock stars. You may just have a fantastic resource available. But if you don't know, you're going to be in a world of hurt pretty soon. So your average ticket is extremely, insanely important, but not as important as breaking your average ticket down by technician so that you can actually see what is actually happening. You know who to retrain and when to retrain, and you know who to glean from and who to have train. And you're going to want to check this on a consistent basis because from time to time, you may have technicians that have really high average tickets. You may check 2 months from now and their ticket may drop very, very low. And that may not even be a revenue issue. If you have that rock star technician that has a $3,000 average ticket and 2 months later they have a $300 average ticket, you might want to check on them because we're not just all about revenue, right? We're about our team members. You may want to check in. And when you check in, you may find out something's going on in their personal life. You may want to say, hey, go ahead and handle that. Take some time off. It's okay. I'm going to pay you. Take time off. Handle it. So you have indicators sometimes that'll show when your team is under stress, when you're overworking them too much. Are they demotivated? Do they have a trauma in their life that they didn't tell you about because they fear for their job if they ask for time off? This shouldn't be happening in your company anyway, but these are how the things are checked. So one of the quickest ways to turn your company around is to make sure you're taking opportunities and you're offering multiple options. That brings up your average ticket. When your average ticket is raised, you need less opportunities to make more money. But definitely make sure that you're not looking at that average ticket just by itself. You need to break that down by technician. If you learned anything from this, we have a lot more. I actually have a document that breaks down average ticket by technician. You put all the calls in, you put the demand calls, the maintenance calls, everything, and it'll give you a report, average ticket, how many service calls per month by technician, so you can have a snapshot. That's available in my coaching program. If you're interested in business coaching, or you want a document like that or other documents like that or lessons, go ahead in the description. There is a link to schedule a demo with me, and myself or one of the business coaches that I work with will be happy to work with you. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Have a good day.